Now we are coming to the concept of totipotency. The entire technology of plant tissue culture is based on one basic concept. The basic concept is totipotency. Now I'll take this terminology, totipotency. First I will take toti, T-O-T-I, toti. Toti means total, complete. Okay, that is called, there is a meaning for toti. Toti means what? Total or a complete. Then potency, potential, power, that is called potency. Now what we are understanding is total or complete. The second term is, what is that? Potency, potential. Now we will take the meaning of it. What is the meaning of totipotency? Before coming to the meaning, who first established this technology? We have to see. Now one scientist called Gottlieb Haberland. Now L-A-N-D-T, Land, we have to pronounce it as Gottlieb, okay, G-O-T-T, but we have to pronounce this person as Gottlieb Haberland. He is considered as a father of tissue culture technology. He is considered, so he was the first person who developed this technology. So we are calling him as father of tissue culture. He proposed this concept of totipotency. He only first proposed. Now what is that? He cultured the plants first time from the mesophyll cells of one plant called Lamium purpureum. Purpureum is the name of a plant. Okay. Now we'll take, what is that mesophyll cells? The middle cells found in the leaves. That means we have to take the leaf, it is having upper epidermis, lower epidermis. Between the upper and lower epidermis, a tissue is present, a soft tissue is present. That is called a mesophyll. So from the mesophyll cells, he took from the plant and he developed this, what is that culture? Tissue culture, with the help of this basic concept, that is totipotency. I'll take the basic concept of tissue culture. What is the meaning of totipotency? So for this totipotency, we are taking a plant cell. It can be with the cell wall, no problem. But the plant cell should have a nucleus. If a plant cell is having nucleus, it is called a living plant cell. So from a plant, enormous number of cells are there. Any one living cell we have to take. Now this living cell should be subjected with suitable temperature. Now we have to provide, in the laboratory, we have to provide suitable temperature and also suitable culture medium. Now culture medium can be a liquid, or the culture medium can be semi-solid or solid. Anything it can be. But what is the meaning of culture medium? It is having all the nutrients for the development of a plant. A plant needs a lot of nutrients. All the nutrients should be present in a standard quantity, like our balanced diet line. Now this is the culture medium. It is a balanced diet for the plants. So what we have to do is, we have to keep this living plant cell in the culture medium with a suitable temperature. Then if you do that, if you follow the technique, finally a complete genetically identical plant is produced from one cell. Now I already told you, toti means what? Total, a complete. Then potential, that living cell is having the capacity to develop into a genetically identical plant. A complete genetically identical plant can be produced. So from one cell, one plant can be produced. Then imagine that. How many cells are there? How many number of plants we can produce? Now this is actually called a totipotency. Now I am giving the definition for totipotency. It is the inherent capacity of a living plant cell. Inherent. Okay, that is unique. Okay, unique quality. That is inherent potentiality of a living plant cell to develop into a complete genetically identical plant. That is called the totipotency. That means living cell is having inherent capacity. Now we are coming to the other basic concepts. First basic concept is totipotency. Now we are going to see the second basic concept, differentiation. All living plants are having this concept naturally. So it is a natural phenomenon. Naturally, every plant is having. Now the natural phenomenon is natural meristem. What is the meaning of meristem? You have to take. Now the plant is having the tip of the stem, the tip of the roots. Even the stem may be having branches. At the tip of every branch, one tip will be there. One small soft tissue will be present. For example, this is the plant. Now in this plant, this is the tip of the stem. Now at the tip of the stem, it will be very, very soft, it will be green, and here one special tissue is present. That special tissue present at the tip is called meristem. It is naturally present. So natural meristem gives rise to, that means they are keep on multiplying and they are producing, gives rise to permanent tissues. What is the meaning of permanent tissues? Lower classes you might have studied. Plant tissues are, lot of tissues are present. Parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, xylem, phloem, like that many permanent tissues are present. So meristematic tissues are give rise to permanent tissues. That is the next concept. It is very, very important. That technique also used in our technology. The next one is a de-differentiation. See that differentiation we have studied. What is the meaning of differentiation? Meristem develops into permanent tissue. Now de-differentiation, it is artificially induced technique. It is not natural. Naturally the plants will not have this capacity, but artificially we are inducing. Artificially induced. What is the meaning of it? Permanent tissues. Permanent tissues, just now I told you, parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, xylem, phloem, everything. The permanent tissues are changed into meristem, meristematic tissue. But naturally it will never happen. Naturally meristem to come, what is that? Permanent tissue, that's all. It will not be reversible. But by artificial method, by inducing that technique, by inducing the tissue, a permanent tissues are changed into meristematic tissue. It is called a de-differentiation. The fourth one is called a re-differentiation. It is also artificially induced. It is also not a natural phenomenon. Now the induced meristem, now we are coming to the third point. Now what is the de-differentiation? Permanent tissues are induced into meristematic tissue. Okay, now this induced meristem is there. The induced meristem, which is also called the callus, produces again permanent tissues. What are the permanent tissues? Parenchyma, collenchyma, etc. Permanent tissues, and the whole plant will be developed from that. That is called a re-differentiation. Okay, it is also called a re-differentiation, like differentiation. So that. Now we are coming to fundamental principles of tissue culture. What are the basic principles involved into that? First principle is isolation of explant. Isolation means separation of explant. What is the meaning of explant? I already told you, from one plant, one small organ should be removed. It can be a leaf, or it can be a bud, it can be a part of the root. Like that, any one small portion should be removed. That is called a explant. Isolation of explant, separation of the explant from the main plant. Second one is maintaining the explant. Once you remove it, you have to maintain it in a proper place, proper way. Maintaining the explants in a controlled physical and chemical condition. What is the meaning of control? Laboratory. The scientists will control that. No contamination, no microorganism, nothing. That is called controlled physical conditions, like temperature, radiation, light, everything. That is called a physical. Chemical conditions. What is the meaning of chemical condition? The nutrients, the liquid nutrients. What are the nutrients are present? That is called the chemical conditions. Now we have to maintain these two. That is called the fundamental principles. Now lab facilities needed. Now all the technologies, what are the things we are doing? The research, everything is going on in laboratory, lab. So in the lab, some facilities must be present. Then only the tissue culture technique will be successful. Not only tissue culture, any other technology coming under biotechnology, the laboratory should be perfect. First we are going to see that washing facilities. That is the laboratory. We have to wash the test tubes, we have to wash the beaker. So many articles will be there. For that, washing facilities. Now sufficient number of tap, and also the water should be very clean and it should not be contaminated. Like that, washing facilities must be there. Plus ovens to dry the glassware. Now oven means it is an electronic device. Now when we fix the temperature will be maintained, and if you keep the glassware inside, then the temperature will be maintained, all the microorganisms, everything will be destroyed. That is called the oven. And the second one, rooms for culture medium preparation. So in the laboratory, separate cabins must be there where we can prepare the culture medium. I already told you what is the meaning of culture medium. It can be liquid or semi-solid or solid. it is the nutrient for the plant. Okay, it is a combination of nutrient. There is culture medium preparation. For that, separate chambers should be present. With electronic balance, why should we have the electronic balance? Now, all the nutrients we have to measure and mix up. Then only the proportion should be there, will be there. So, for that electronic balance we should have. Then pH meter. Now, when we prepare a liquid solution medium, liquid culture medium or a semi-liquid culture medium, now it is having its own pH value. Whether it is acidic or alkaline, that is only pH. So, for that pH meter should be there. Then only the exact pH we can maintain. Then autoclave. Now, what is the meaning of autoclave? It is like a refrigerator, a device. But in the device, steam will be passed. Steam is circulating. You know what is the meaning of steam? It is when we boil water, the vapor, what is coming out, the hot vapor, what is coming out is called a steam. It is having 100 degrees C. It is equal to boiling water temperature. Now, that is, the steam is circulating. So, in that device, like a refrigerator. Now, normally refrigerator is for chillness, but this is for 100-degree temperature. So, whatever the items we are keeping inside, now it will be sterilized. Microorganisms, if any, they will be destroyed. Now, that is called autoclave. Steam sterilization. It is called a steam sterilization. Sterilization means removing the microorganism or destroying the microorganism. That is called a sterilization by steam. Then the third one is transfer area, sterile room. It is fully only one. Transfer area, sterile room. Now, the room should be a sterile room. That means what? We are very 100% we are sure that no microorganisms. That is called a sterile room. It is a transfer area. The medium, culture medium can be transferred. The plant tissue, what is taken can be kept, everything. That is called a transfer area, sterile room with the following in aseptic condition. What is the meaning of aseptic? 100% microorganisms are not seen. That is called aseptic conditions. What are the things that are present in the transfer area, sterile room? Laminar airflow bench. Now, laminar airflow bench. Airflow means it is a device which is making the air to circulate. That is called the airflow bench. Laminar, it is having some lamellae, air filter. Now, that air filter is filtering the microorganism, and the air without microorganism can circulate within that room. That is called the laminar airflow chamber or bench. Anything you can say. Then, positive pressure ventilator chamber. Now, ventilator chamber. Ventilator means air circulation will be there in the chamber. Now, positive pressure, sometimes the pressure of the air should be more. So, for that positive pressure ventilator chamber will be present. Now, these are all certain lab facilities. Then, we are coming to the next one, culture facilities. Now, for culturing the tissue or organs or whatever it is, now what are the other facilities are required? We have to see. Growing the explant. Explant, I have told you, it is a part taken from the plant. Inoculated, that means we are transferring into culture tube. Culture tube means it can be test tube or culture vial or beaker or anything. So, growing the explant inoculated into the culture tube. Then temperature is maintained in the lab, in the place where the explant is kept. The temperature should be 22 degrees C to 28 degrees C. The range should be only in that level. It should not be less than this or it should not be more than that. Then illumination of light. The light intensity, that is called the illumination of light, should be 2400 lux. Lux means intensity of light. So, 2400, and it should be for 8 to 16 hours. Now, it should be, the continuously it should be for 8 to 16 hours. The last one is 60% relative humidity. Humidity means the amount of water vapor present in that particular area. It should be 60% water vapor should be present.